Now, this is a story about a girl who chose to obey and do the will of the Lord. And now, even though it took some wrong turns and some upside down moments, the spirit within her kept her moving her forward. Now, I don't know much about poetry, but I hope you stick around to know more about my story. Oh, yeah. God bless. Jesus is rocks. Jesus is rocks. Oh yeah, stick around to know more about my story. Oh yeah. God bless, love you, keep on smiling, stay positive. Jesus loves you, so do I. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good morning, y'all, or should I say afternoon, because it is the afternoon by now. But anyway, morning, afternoon. Well, for me it's the afternoon, might be morning to you, evening, whatever day it is. Hello. Anyway, it is Wednesday, and you're probably wondering, why is it Wednesday? You said you would wait till film on Friday. Well, our schedule has been turned. You want to know why? Yesterday, around 3-ish or something like that, there was a storm, and guess what? Our power went out. Yay! No, that was not fun. Anyway, we had Ricky called in, and it wasn't going to get fixed till 6:30 to 8:30 at night. Well, that never had. 6:30, 8:30 came wrong all night long. Didn't come on. Woke up, no power still, so we had... I am always I'm good about hygiene, and I love staying clean. It's kind of my wake-up call in the morning. Instead of drinking coffee, it's kind of my wake-up call. Anyway, didn't get a shower, but I had a sponge bath, which was not the funnest thing in the world, but it was something. We got dressed, went out to the bridge, which is a restaurant close to the Potomac Bridge that goes into West Virginia. Anyway, ate breakfast there, which was really good. Came back, we were going to Food Lion. Well, we went to the church to see if they still had power. They had power. Went to Food Lion to get some water. Ricky had called in and said that the power came back once, so I was like, oh shoot, well, we just bought water. Well, it's water, we can use it at some point. It's no big deal. Anyway, so we have extra water. Came back home, power was on. Flushed some toilets because there was a disgusting mess that we had to flush those out, thank goodness. The power is back on. Got some vacuuming done. Zachary's laundry is getting done. Dishwasher got started. Mom's cleaning up the kitchen at the moment. Although our internet it was working for a while, and then just like 5 minutes ago it turned off, or they're working on it right now, so I'm like, at least the power is on, and I was able to get a shower. I feel so much better, to say the least. So we had 2 houses today rescheduled till Friday, so we're doing that on Friday. Today was supposed to also be our chiropractor appointment, getting scheduled till next week. So I was really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's not happening now. Woohoo! Anyway. So last night was rough because I sleep with noise. And it was kind of warm in here. It wasn't stifling hot, but I did sleep in here. Zachary slept on the couch because he can't stand the heat. I don't blame him. His room does get either the coldest during the winter or the hottest during the summer months. But anyway, I don't know why that is, but it does, versus mine. But either way, to say the least, our rooms get pretty hot up here in the 3rd level, so it was kind of warm. Didn't really sleep very well, slept off and on. Heard Ricky's alarm going off this morning. I was hoping that triggered it, and I thought, oh, the power went on. No, it didn't. So yeah, I heard him leave last night. So yeah, I think, when did I go to bed? I think it was like close to 9:30 last night, because I was just, by that time I was just tired. So I was like, oh, let's just go to bed. There's nothing else to do. I did a little bit of coloring. There was the picture. I took a couple pictures. I might include it in this vlog. Yeah, I'll do that. So at the end of this vlog, I'll add that in. But I took pictures because the sunset was really nice. Colored some in my adult coloring books. I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, I still have to clean the bathroom today, and then also maybe I'll actually work on my dollhouse today. Get the motivation to do that. I was trying to see if my Game Boy was charged. It was not, so I'm going to charge that. So for the next time I want to play it, maybe it'll be charged. I don't know. Or if the power goes out at some point again, hopefully not, but if it does, I can play it. Does anyone else, besides myself, remember these Game Boy, what is this, a Game Boy Advance SP? I had the blue version. Had a couple games. This one's the dogs one. So comment down below if you had a Game Boy and what type of games you played. This was mine. My brother did not have this version. He had like the flat version ones. He never got this one. When this came out, I was very excited for this. Came with a case. Well, Mom bought me a case with it. She got me like the whole starter kit, which was nice. Let's see if I can find the other stuff. Don't know, I've got so much stuff. I keep all my electronic stuff. Don't know why, but I do. Anyway, I had like several other games. I had a case for them, for the games, and some other things. I can't remember. I had a magnifying glass that went over top of this as well. But yeah, this was my jam back in the day before we had like true internet or like a lot of other games. So yeah, or like wireless stuff, everything was charged back then. So I'm gonna charge that, have that charged. I didn't have this charged. Do I care to have this charged? I don't know. I might actually start charging all my stuff. I don't know why, because I probably won't ever use it again, but just in case. I didn't even have my old, because I wanted to listen to music, I have my old MP3 player, and it was dead too. This was my Walkman, my Sony Walkman, even though I have and then I stuck an Apple sticker on the back of it because Zachary had some of these extras because he has a actual iPod that was originally our older sister's and she gave it to him. Anyway, this was my thing back in the day. I have playlists. Maybe one of these days I'll share you my playlist. Obviously you guys can't be able to hear it because, one, copyright issues. I can show you on the screen what's playing. But also, it's not Bluetooth at all. There's no Bluetooth related. Just to that. And I had a couple of other MP3 players, but these never worked. I think the Kobe did. This Clip one briefly did. I don't think it works. I don't think I can download anything, but this was my other one. It was Clip one. And then I had this one. I think these will be... Ew, this thing is dirty. Anyway, I had this one as well. Don't mind the disgustingness. And I just download stuff onto it. Yeah, I don't think this really worked that well. This is Nextar digital MP3 player. That needs to be clean. But yeah, this one was my jam, and it held like hundreds of stuff back then, so pretty impressive nowadays. Everything is made to stream nowadays. Not really. I mean, you can download still, actually. But I download off of my CD things, and then I was transferred onto this. I guess I can still do that. I don't really know. I haven't really downloaded anything. It's easier when I was able to put it through the DVD, transfer everything onto my laptop, and then do all that. But I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna charge a couple of things just because for next time. And all these other games I was looking through, my CD-ROM type games, I cannot play these anymore. This was my jam back in the day, was the Backyard Baseball one. Some of these other ones, Rugrats was fun. There was a Play-Doh game, Monopoly was fun, Cyber Chase was fun. If you guys remember Cyber Chase, then you guys were apparently a cool dude, a cool girl, whatever you are. You know what I'm talking about, PBS network. Also, oh, why is it going out of focus? There we go. And then Life, the game of Life was fun. Clue Finders, I don't remember playing that. And Hot Wheels was fun too. There was also a Play-Doh game. And Candyland. I really miss these games. Dinner Dash was fun. That's still a fun game nowadays. I don't know if you can find these on to download nowadays. And Veggie Island. VeggieTales. I miss VeggieTales. And Pajama Sam. I love Pajama Sam. Thunder and lightning aren't so frightening for kids 3 through 8. You know what? That was just the bomb. Windows 95, Windows 3.1, Macintosh. Oh my gosh. 1998. 2002. 1997, 2000, oh my gosh. Those were my jam back in the day. Also, another game I loved playing was SeaWorld, where you can build your own park, basically, and that was a lot of fun. Hello Kitty, Cootie World, just had a bunch of games on that I loved. I was a fan of Hello Kitty back in the day, and Barbie, where you make your own dance videos, which was always fun. Powerpuff Girls was another thing I loved back in the day. And Gameville, is all types of games on that one. I didn't really play this as much, but there's a Wall-E game. This wasn't necessarily mine, that was Zachary's. DDR, if you guys knew what that was, off of PlayStation 2. Dance Dance Revolution. Pet Vet, I don't recall if this worked or not, but there we have it. I was into veterinarian school. Thought I was going to become a veterinarian. Oh, that's laughable. And Wedding Dash, just like Dinner Dash. I liked Wedding Dash. It was a lot of fun. So, yeah. And then there's also a Cars Mater type version game. Anyway, that was the games back in the day. I also have a lot more, but they're located somewhere else. Anyway, just like this is a time capsule, honestly. I wish I could play these games. I guess I'd have to invest in one of those computer whatever those computer things. I don't know if they even use everything you have to download and pay. It's like, hello, some people still use this old stuff, and what do they do with it? Trash it, probably. It's an abomination, in my opinion. Abomination. That CD-ROMs are outdated. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna charge a few of these things, and then while we're at it, let's go ahead before I get into the rest of my day getting stuff going. Let's go ahead and get into Bible time. So, it's everybody's favorite time of the vlog, Bible time. So, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Oh, that's where I am. I've already did my daily Bible reading. Probably need to get a new bookmark. This is tearing apart. Barely sticking. Okie doke. Okay, we're in Genesis chapter 18. A son is promised to Sarah. The Lord appeared again to Abraham near the oak grove belonging to Mamre. I guess that's how you say it. One day Abraham was sitting at the entrance to the tent during the hottest part of the day, the afternoon. He looked up and noticed 3 men standing nearby. Then he saw that when he saw him, ran up to meet them and welcomed them, bowing low to the ground. "My lord," he said, "if it pleases you, stop here for a while. Rest in the shade of this tree while water is brought to wash your feet. And since you've honored your servant with this visit, let me prepare some food to refresh you before you continue on your journey." "All right," they said. "Do as you have said." So Abraham ran back to the tent and said to Sarah, "Hurry, get 3 large measures of your best flour, knead it into dough, and bake some bread." Then Abraham ran out of the herd and chose a tender calf and gave it to the servant, who quickly prepared it. Then the food was ready. Abraham took some yogurt and milk and the roasted meat, and he served it to the men. As they ate, Abraham waited on them in the shade of the trees. "Where is Sarah, your wife?" the visitors asked. "She's inside the tent," Abraham replied. Then one of them said, "I will return to you about this time next year, and your wife Sarah will have a son." A little sidebar called lying. Sarah lied about her laughter of God's promise that she would have a son. Fear is the most common motive for lying. Sometimes we fear that we'll look foolish if we're caught in a lie. Other times we fear that our wrongdoing will be discovered. But lying causes great complications when telling the truth. If God can't be trusted with our thoughts and fears, we are in greater trouble than we first imagine. Sarah was listening to this conversation from the tent. Abraham and Sarah were both very old by this time, and Sarah was long past the age of having children. So she laughed silently to herself and said, "How could a worn-out woman like me enjoy such pleasure, especially when my master, my husband, is also so old?" Then the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh? Why did she say, 'Can an old woman like me have a baby?' Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return about this next time next year, and Sarah will have a son." Sarah was afraid, so she denied it and saying, "I didn't laugh." But the Lord said, "No, you did laugh." Abraham intercedes for Sodom. When the men got up from their meal and looked out towards Sodom, they left Abraham and went with them to lead them on their way. When the men got up from their meal and looked out towards Sodom, As they left, Abraham went with them to send them on their way. That makes more sense. "Should I hide my plan from Abraham?" the Lord asked. "For Abraham will certainly have a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. I have singled him out so that he will direct his sons and their families to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just. Then I'll do for Abraham all that I have promised." So the Lord said to Abraham, "I have heard a great outcry from Sodom and Gomorrah because of their sin is so flagrant. I am going down to see if their actions are as wicked as I have heard. If not, I want to know." The other men turned and headed towards Sodom, but the Lord remained with Abraham. Abraham approached him and said, "Will you sweep away both the righteous and the wicked? Suppose you find 50 righteous people living there in the city, and you still keep it away and not spare it for their sakes. Surely you wouldn't do such a thing, destroying the righteous along with the wicked. Why would you be treating the righteous and the wicked exactly the same? Surely you wouldn't do that. Should not the judge of all the earth do what is right?" And the Lord replied, "If I find 50 righteous people in Sodom, I will spare the entire city for their sake." Then Abraham spoke again, "Since I have begun, let me speak further to my Lord, even though I am but dust and ashes. Suppose there are only 45 righteous people rather than 50. Will you destroy the whole city for lack of 5? And the Lord said, "I will not destroy if I find 45 righteous people there." Then Abraham pressed his request further. "Suppose there are only 40. And the Lord replied, "I will not destroy for the sake of the 40. "Please don't be angry, my Lord," Abraham pleaded, "but let me speak. Suppose only 30 righteous people are found." The Lord replied, "I will not destroy if I find 30. Then Abraham said, "Since I have dared to speak the Lord, let me continue. Suppose there are only 20. The Lord replied, Then I will not destroy it for the sake of the 20. Finally, Abraham said, "Lord, please don't be angry with me if I speak one more time. Suppose only 10 are found there. And the Lord replied, Then I will not destroy for the sake of the 10. Then the Lord had finished the conversation with Abraham. He went on his way, and Abraham returned to his tent. So that is the story of Sarah laughing because she was an old woman and didn't think she was capable of having a baby. That's doubt for you. Of course, we all have that self-doubt about ourselves because we think, this can't possibly happen because, we feel like we're worthless and can't do things. But with God, all things are possible, aren't they? So thank you, Lord, for your living, breathing word. And so what am I going to do? At this moment, I'm going to charge some things and possibly get to some other things I'm supposed to do. So I'll see you guys at some point. Okay, I forgot to do an outro earlier today, but I had gotten dressed earlier today because I went to church tonight since we didn't have to work, so I wasn't exhausted. But anyway, so the next, 2 days, Thursday and Friday I'll be working because of lack of working today, because obvious reasons of what I've already complained about. Alright, so I'm just getting ready. This is a bad angle. I apologize for my terrible angles. Maybe I'll eventually get this right. I don't know. Are we gonna stay? Maybe we will. Okay. My tripod comes in handy quite a bit. So I can go handless. Okay. Get my stuff ready for tomorrow. That is pajamas. I'm not wearing that to work, even though that would be great if I could wear pajamas. Saved by the bell. Saved by my hand. My reflexes do come in handy sometimes. Oh my gosh. I don't think I should probably leave you there. Okay. Let's put you up here, shall we? Oh my gosh. That was crazy. But anyway. I've already dropped my camera at least once, and I don't want to go through that again. So, oh my gosh, it's hard to get these shoes off. Anyway, church was good. So, a good service. I'm one of the youngest ones there because the young adults, we had a young adult class and they've just been combining it with the youth because there's not very many people in either one. So now I'm like the only one that actually would rather sit with the adults, which I mean adults, I mean elders basically, which I don't mind. I've done that previously. But everyone else apparently does not like that type of service, which again, I don't blame them to a certain degree, but I don't know. There's a lot of wishy-washy thing going on with the younger adults that need to start evaluating their walk with the Lord, and I don't see growth, unfortunately. And then they need to grow more in depth with their relationship with God, and I just don't see it. And I hope and pray that youth camp changes that prognostic, that little situation. Anyway, I'm gonna get dressed for bed, so hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. As always, keep on smiling, stay positive. I love you guys, Jesus loves you, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Maybe I'll even see you guys Saturday because something's coming up. We're doing an outing, so I hope to take you with me. So stay tuned. It'll be a family outing, so stay tuned for that. See you guys next time.